Wow, everyone, welcome. It's so great to be connecting with all of you. Those of you that were tuning in before, it's so great to be having you connect back with us. You're listening to the Dr. Pat Show, Talk Radio to Thrive By. I'm so thrilled, to be here with my fabulous co-host and author of, and I'm going to tell you all about the book, Sip the Garden. But today, we're going to be talking with her about what does this journey mean? What does it mean to drink to your health? With Lifestyle 120 co-host, Lifestyle 120 radio, and a message that is so important in today's world. It is one of the most important conversations right now that we can have on health and wellness for so many reasons. And I'm speaking about my fabulous guest, co-host T.K. Mitchell, joining me here today. The book, as I mentioned before, Sip the Garden. You're going to hear lots about that today. We're going to tell you how to get your copy of the book and much more. But the conversation today goes beyond most of what many of us think about. It goes to the place where we're thinking about the journey that TK had. Her life changed. Why did it change? We talked about that earlier. But then what do you do with that change? Do you sit down and you say, wait a minute, I've got a message to share. I need to tell the world about this. And most importantly, what is it that is the message of today that is so contemporarily and modern day society needed? TK, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
Well, thank you. Hey there, Pat. Yeah, happy spring.
Happy totally spring for sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, look, we all go through life situations and, things happen to us. In your case and in my case, somehow we end up along the way talking about things we're passionate about. And that's what kind of got you here, to write a book that is so, I think, relevant to the day and age we live in. And I wanted to ask you, how did we get here? And how did you get here to be the spokesperson for Sip the Garden? What is it we're talking about here? Drink to your health. Welcome to the show.
Yes, well, thank you. It's very interesting. I have to say, first of all, that I am still very interested in issues that concern youth and their families, having taught school for more than three
Right.
decades. Yeah, and a big concern right now, of course, is childhood obesity. One third of our nation, including children, is overweight or obese, and chronic diseases are on the rise. So I wanted to help provide a solution to this epidemic in some way. So the idea of Sip the Garden, fun, easy drinks for a healthier family, came as a total surprise to me. My friends and relatives had been encouraging me to write a cookbook since they enjoyed sampling my unusual and, I must say, mouth-watering allergy-friendly creations. But as it turned out, my first recipe book would not be a cookbook. I remember July 4th weekend of 2013 as if it were yesterday.
Wow.
I became obsessed with writing a book that would help families improve their health. However, I knew that another informational book on the topic or a basic cookbook would not be the answer. Then I almost instantly received a nudge that weekend about a simple behavior change that would be easy for families to implement, and Sip the Garden Fun Easy Drinks for a Healthy Family was born.
Ah,
That day, I stepped into the kitchen and began creating colorful smoothie recipes. Yeah, it's Sip the Garden uh, focuses specifically on changing junk drinking behavior.
yeah.
And yeah, I felt this change would cause families to quickly jump on board since the process is manageable, tasty, and fun. So this is a Sip the Garden is a
Hmm.
can-do call to action. It's my contribution to the health crisis in America.
Yeah. And I
Hmm.
like this because you're presenting this in a way. I love the idea of one, the concept of one,
Hmm.
because what you're talking about here is something that we're not really getting in the conversation on nutrition. Tell us what this concept of one is.
Yeah, you know, One is such a great word, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's a
I love
potent,
it.
yes, I do too. It's a potent concept when it comes to lifestyle goals specifically. Dieting and lifestyle changes are heavy words because they conjure up images of strict discipline, structure, determination, tasteless food, and commitments people can't keep. And then we have to look at the success rate. Many people want to see immediate results, but often bite off more than they can chew, pun intended, and then fail at their attempts because of unrealistic expectations. Ah, but one. The
Mm,
concept of one is appealing, I think, because it focuses on making just one shift, changing what you drink. That's all.
yeah.
Just that one change will reap huge benefits. And we're talking about switching out soda and other sugary beverages loaded with sweeteners, artificial ingredients, and preservatives that difficult to pronounce for delicious, wholesome beverages made from real ingredients. So yes, this one shift will jumpstart the healthy lifestyle many families have been craving.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
one of the things you say in the book is grandma used to say before learning to swim, you must first stick your toe in the water.
Exactly.
And that, this is the one toe,
Uh-huh, right. This is the one toe, right. And
right?
there's so many benefits. I mean, eh, there are actually seven benefits to this one change. And um first of all, it will help change or help improve your overall health. That's number
Yeah.
one, which is big deal. And then it will help you experience more energy. It'll help increase your concentration,
Hmm.
help you lose a few pounds,
Hmm.
yay! Help you prevent chronic diseases, help you get your servings of fresh fruits and vegetables, mainly.
Hmm.
That's difficult for a lot of people, and help hydrate your cells the healthy way.
Yeah. So,
So
what
yeah.
is exactly the concept of this one? What does this actually mean for people? What are
Mhm.
we asking them to do?
What we're asking them to specifically do is change the way they drink. That is all. Because if they change the way they drink, because a lot of people are just grabbing those sodas, they're grabbing those sports drinks, and they just contain so much sugar. And if they could change that alone, they will see so many beneficial health results. So actually, I just went over the seven, but you get seven for one. That's an impressive list from making just one change.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and what you're saying is, listen, this is pretty much the script that we get about why things fail,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
One of the scripts that we get is, oh, you got to do this. Oh, you got to do that. Oh, you got to do this. Don't eat this. Now eat this. I
Mhm.
mean, really, that's what's going on.
Right.
And by the
Right.
way, forget about counting calories. Let's just keep track of numbers.
Yes.
And what you're saying is really different, though.
It's
What you're saying is, wait a minute, we're just talking about one thing right here.
right. Right. Just think that one thing. And here's another thing to consider as well is
Uh-huh.
because one of the things that we do, I mean, we eat 3 meals, 4 meals, 5 meals a day, but what we're doing all day is sipping on something. It could be a latte, coffee, a soda, whatever drink you have in front of you. You're just really sipping on something throughout the day. I see people driving the car, they have something in their hand, they're sipping on something. And so that's a gosh, a 12, 15 hour ordeal. It shouldn't be an
Yeah.
ordeal, but it really is a 12, 15 hour behavior. And if we could change that one behavior of that all day sipping, just think what the positive results would be. So yeah, we're talking about the powerful concept of one.
Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, this is really the kind of thing I want to just kind of bring it back to what you said earlier
Yes.
is, well, let's bring it back to, what your concern is as mine as well.
Hmm.
We're not just talking about the level of obesity, but we're talking about the level of obesity and the functionality that we're eating more and we're getting less nutrients, right?
Right, exactly,
Right.
exactly. So with Sip the Garden, um, the blends contain a variety of powerful nutrients that your body can actually use. Because when you're sipping on some of those drinks throughout the day, you really aren't supplying your body with very many nutrients. So you're not getting what you need. Whereas with the beverage collection that's in Sip the Garden, the recipes there, you'll be getting exactly what you need. And they're really there are actually so many different features to this too. I mean, there are a lot of things that will are going into the particular collection. First of all, the drinks are water based, and
Mhm.
so it's a vital fluid of which many
Yeah.
of us don't get enough.
Yeah.
That's one, and then the other is that it will appeal to most people because it's vegan.
Yeah.
It's allergy friendly. The core recipes are nutritionally balanced. It's family friendly. And then there in the book as well, there are these fun facts. I mean, core recipes offer the facts and activities for the entire family to enjoy. And there are motivational tools throughout the book. I mean, we're talking simple and fun, a variety of hydrating options, not just the core blends. And there's a huge focus that we just mentioned earlier on sugar reduction,
Yeah.
since excess sugar consumption is a major concern with health issues. So, selected recipes contain a very small amount of optional alternative sweeteners.
Yeah.
And most importantly, from my standpoint, there are no gimmicks, there are no products, just natural goodness. Just natural goodness from the fruits and vegetables.
So we're going to take a short break because we want to get into this in much more detail. The
Mhm.
anatomy of Sip the Garden, fun, easy drinks for a healthier family. TK joining me here today. The book is fabulous. We want to make sure all of you know how to get a copy of the book, Sip the Garden, when we come back. We're going to talk more about what's a wake up call. Why do we have a wake up call here for families, and how has TK addressed this every step of the way? And later on in the show, we're going to share some of these recipes. But most importantly, this is a how to book. It's a how to book to change your life, change your body, change your health. Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back with my very special co host today, TK Mitchell. We'll be right back.